at school, finished all my homework, got everything done, my hair is still like shit. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and browse the YouTubes and the Skypes and see what's new. I got a message. Well, I wonder who it's from. Hopefully it's not more hate mail.
Hello, Vib. What's up? Just thought I'd bring you some amazing news about something that might just shock you. I noticed in your past videos you mentioned how much of a Digimon fan you are. I've seen your Data Squad toy review, and I can't wait to see more in the upcoming future. But for now, here's something you have to see. Hopefully you'll have the same reaction I did. Love from, a loyal fan.
Why not?
For over a decade, it's been an anime icon and a ratings phenomenon loved by kids around the world. Now, Digimon is back.
Let's do this! Rocket! Rumble!
With brand new episodes, get transported to a mysterious digital world to help in the battle between good and evil. And one special boy,
I have a feeling our adventures are just beginning.
is chosen to lead his friends.
Tape?
Tons of humor,
I have felt ominous rumblings.
Like stomach problems?
No.
but with a new twist. In Digimon Fusion, our hero can now magically fuse the tiny Digimons into even more powerful hybrid creatures to fight off their enemies.
Ooh, yeah! We did it!
Digimon Fusion. Get ready for the excitement to begin.
Digimon.
Holy shit!
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Gaming Zone. I'm your host, Mr. Vibnafanio113. No, I am not dead. Here today with a video, a special news report video on my thoughts on Digimon Fusion. So, yeah, Digimon Fusion. Like, oh my god, like my mind is just blown. Like, my mind is like set to the same reaction that I had when I heard about Star Wars Episode VII. It's just like, the fuck. I will be fair with you. I am aware that this whole Digimon Fusion thing is an old news report. I know that it was back, last month, and I'm kind of late to the party realizing this, but the thing is, not too many people, notice this. Not too many people know about Digimon Fusion quite yet. It hasn't really caught on just yet, and it just kind of came out of the blue. I was surprised when I heard about this, mainly just because of the fact that I remember 3 months ago, not even 3 months, like 5 months ago, Saban Entertainment, actually known now as Saban Brands, made a thing. I think it was on Twitter or Facebook, I can't remember which one, but they made a report saying that they reacquired the rights from Toei Animation and Funimation for Digimon Seasons 1, 2, and 3, Digimon Adventures 1, 02, and Tamers. And they said that they weren't going to be doing Cross Wars, mainly just because, Cross Wars did terrible in Japan, apparently, and they didn't exactly know what they were going to do with it, because it had so many things in it that wasn't kid-friendly. So they didn't know how they were going to handle it, but I guess they completely changed their mind. There was also the fact that Digimon Cross Wars was being in the hands of multiple companies before Saban, but they weren't doing anything with it up until Saban took the license. Now they're actually doing it. They recently acquired the license from Toei Animation yet again for Digimon's Seasons 4, 5, and now Digimon Cross Wars, which is now known as Digimon Fusion. That's pretty fucking cool. It says here, too, on the Anime News Network report, that's called Saban Brands Acquires Digimon Brand at Mitcom. And if you want to read the report, the full report, you can. But essentially, Saban Brands announced that they have bought Digimon Cross Wars at Mitcom, and they will be teaming up with Mer Vista Entertainment. And if you don't know what Mer Vista Entertainment is, basically a channel broadcasting supplier for various networks such as Disney Channel, Lifetime, NBC, and MTV. And apparently that is the thing that they're going to use in order to get the show on air, which is pretty cool. I can't wait for that. They also have announced that Cross Wars or Fusion will be it'll be released on TV some point in 2013, probably somewhere in summer of 2013, and it will make its first debut then. But right now we don't know anything on it. We don't know anything on the voice acting cast. We don't know anything about the actual show, what direction they're taking with it, except for that one trailer that they released, the dubbing company that was confirmed for Cross Wars being Studiopolis, and a Twitter post by Ben Isaac Diskin, who specifically wrote to a user that he actually tried out for Cross Wars, the English dub, for Shoutmon. And he apparently had mentioned that it probably wasn't going to happen for him. But apparently, if you guys don't know who Ben Isaac Diskin is, he is also the same guy who voiced Eugene and Hey Arnold and number 1 in Codename Kids Next Door, Stitch in the anime, and young Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts 3D. And if he does end up getting the voice of Shoutmon, because I believe that was the voice that he did in the trailer, he has a perfect fit, and I hope they keep him, because his voice actually sounded a lot like Shoutmon from the original Japanese version. They fit quite well, and it's a great Japanese to English translation and voice. There isn't any other changes that I'm aware of except for the title, and one name change that apparently got a lot of fans booming. Taiki is no longer Taiki. His name is now changed to Mikey. Now, this only bugged a lot of people just for the fact that Mikey does not sound anything close to Taiki. It's a very generic name, and it doesn't really sound like the name of a hero. I mean, because, you know, you got Tai, you got Davis, you got Takato, Takuya, Marcus, and now Mikey. Too many people weren't really keen on this, but I don't know. I think it's okay. I'm still sticking with his original name, because Mikey, I'll admit, sounds a little generic and not a very good hero name. For characters. Sorry, WWE DX 2007. I guess it's just not your day, is it? Because, you know, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, those are really the only information that we have on Cross Wars as of right now. That and the fact that when it airs, they're going to start with the first 30 episodes of the series and see how it goes, with them saying that there's a library over 250 plus episodes. Now, a lot of people were confused by this, and I know I was, making the assumption that, oh wait, 250 plus episodes? I mean, that can't be right. Cross Wars only has 80 plus episodes. No, not even 80 plus. It's like 85 or something around that number. So how can they? Where are they getting the extra 100 and something, you know, episodes? So I was doing some research, and apparently, as I mentioned earlier, since Saban now owns the rights to Digimon seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we are actually going to be seeing redubbed episodes of Digimon seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's where they're getting the extra amount of episodes. That's why they're saying there's 250 plus episodes, because we're getting redubbed versions of all 5 seasons plus Cross Wars. So this makes me really excited. We're not only getting Cross Wars, but we're also getting all 5 of the seasons redubbed, uncut, possibly, I'm hoping. And, you know, this is all cool. I seriously cannot wait for this. This is amazing. Maybe this might not be so bad after all. We'll have to find out and see, because quite frankly, I'm kind of curious as to see where they're going with this. I mean, my mind is blown right now. I can't believe what's happening. This is insane, because it's like we weren't getting it because of the low popularity. Now we are. It's like, whoa. Apparently, the only thing I can really discuss besides all that, even though that is really cool, and I'm extremely excited for all this. Now it's time to get into speculation. I know a lot of people have been getting into speculation about certain things, and there's even a speculation board on the VoiceCast on a website. I'll give you a link to that in the description as well. I'll even post like a little screenshot on the screen here about it. But apparently that's what the people want as the voice actors, and they're thinking about making a poll in order to get these as the right cast. Some of the actors I agree with, but most of these are just like fan choices, so they might not end up being right in translation. But the kind of speculation I'm talking about is the censorship issue. This is an American kids show meant for children, and for this reason, censorship is going to be an issue. Now, I can't really say that censorship is going to be a huge issue with this, because remember, Digimon is never known for its major censorship censorship. Yes, they did censor a couple key points that made a lot of fans angry, but it's mainly just minor things that really didn't do much. I mean, they're not really known for censoring death. They're not really known for censoring major sex appeal, only minor. They're not really meant for censoring a lot of things. Blood, alcohol, and drugs, I think, are the only major thing they actually censor. But besides that, they don't really censor so many things. The one thing that I did kind of, thought about with Cross Wars, and the major reason that they didn't want to do it in the first place, well, one of the major reasons is Cross Wars is a very grim anime. I swear, in like every 5 episodes, someone dies. I mean, you have the major characters, and, if you haven't seen Cross Wars yet, then mute for the spoiler alert thing, and then once it goes away, you can unmute. But there's, Shoutmon dies, Beelzemon dies, the Lopmon die. I can't really think of any of the other characters that die off the top of my head, but I know that a lot of them do. And I will not deny when I felt really bad for Taiki when Shoutmon died. And if they do end up messing up that episode, I will be a little upset, because that episode was probably one of the saddest episodes in the whole series. I mean, the episode where Kiriha lost Dekardramon, that was pretty sad, because Dekardramon was one of his best friends, and he lost him, and he busted up into tears. The thing that makes Shoutmon's death a little sadder is because when you lost his Digimon, I'm pretty sure the name will come back later, Taiki spent so long giving him pointers saying that, even if your Digimon was to die, they're going to come back, and just cheer up. But then he loses Shoutmon, and then Yu looks over him, and he starts to see how Taiki he's not even taking over what he said. He lost his best friend. He lost Shoutmon, and he felt really sad. I mean, that death was one of the most important deaths in the whole series. Just like Decadramon's and Beelzemon's, and, they all die. Of course, they come back later, as I mentioned, but it's really sad, and I don't know how they're gonna take this into translation, but if they mess up these deaths, I will be a little upset, because those were the most important parts, at least to me, when it came to the death scenes in the anime. All the characters, oh yeah, Damimon, I think is his name, the little turd robot, but, yeah, so many Digimon die in Cross Wars. It's insane. It's such a grim series, and there's so much sex appeal in it. You got, the biggest sex appeal of all, in my opinion, which is Mervamon, as I like to call her, big booby breasty Fansermon. I swear to God, she's got, like, almost all skin showing, and she's got, like, the boob size of Chun-Li. I mean, I don't even know what they're going to do with this. Like, I don't know how they're going to censor it, but I'd love to see that, because there's no way they're going to be able to get her in a lot of the scenes they do, because, I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same thing they did with Rosemon from, Data Squad, because, there was a lot with her, too. But, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm curious as to see what they're going to do with both of those little minor things, because there's a bunch of other Digimon, too. I remember in Cross Wars in Season 2, there's even a scene where one of the major generals crosses up with the Goblinmon, and the Goblinmon, like, replace her boobs. So, again, I don't know how they're going to manage all of this. Like, it's amazing. I want to see it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm kind of having some doubts here. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, for all of this. That's really my only major issue with Cross Wars when it comes over to America. I don't really have any major issues except for maybe a couple of minor voice cast issues. I don't think they're going to do too bad. I mean, when Saban originally did Digimon, they didn't do too bad of a voice cast. A lot of the characters sounded a lot like their original character counterparts, and, they did a fairly well job trying to do a translation. And for this reason, I don't have a problem with it. So, when it comes down to it, I'm not too worried about the actual cast as of right now. Another thing to bring up for speculation that I didn't bring up yet is the music in Digimon Fusion. Now, this is kind of a big deal, as for a long time now, especially in children's anime, they normally change the music in any Japanese to English translation because they want to make music that fits with kids, and that's okay. Half the time the music, in my opinion, can sound better than the Japanese original. I know this is the case in Frontier and Savers. I loved the OST in America compared to the original Japanese version. Yes, I did say that. Kill me if you wish. I do not care. Adventure 1, 02, and Tamers, though, had really good OSTs as well, though I do still prefer the original Japanese versions to those. But Shuki Levy and Paul Gordon are really good composers when it came to Adventure in 02, and now that Saban is back, maybe we might be able to see some more music composed from these people. I really hope to see what they do with the music. I just know that there's going to be people out there that are going to bitch and complain, but I welcome this choice, and I hope that they end up making some good music for it, just like they did with Savers and Frontier. So that's really all the things I have to say about speculation. Name changes aside and all this other changes, I'm pretty sure they're not going to change too many things. They're not really known for doing that. So maybe some attack name changes and some character name changes to avoid, some religious references or some sex-appealing references or, just, things like that. They're probably going to do that, but besides that, I really don't worry too much. Merchandise is probably another thing that I am really, really excited for. It's been a long time since I collected Digimon-related stuff, and I'm pretty sure with Fusion, they're all going to come back. All the Digimon toys are most likely going to come back, and with the toys coming back for Cross Wars, I only hope that if they do bring the toys back, they're not only exclusive to one set of stores, like for, say, not just exclusive to Toys R Us. I hope they're widely distributed, because I know with Savers, they were only really sold in Toys R Us and no other store, so it was kind of hard trying to find the toys for Savers, and I hope that with Cross Wars, they change that. I also hope that if they do end up getting all the toys from Japan, that instead of doing what they did with all the other toys for all the past Digimon seasons, that instead of making completely brand new molds and toys of figures that look almost nothing like what the original toy looked like, which made people seek out the Japanese toys because they just looked so much better. I hope they actually decide to bring over the Japanese toys instead of making new molds. I also hope that we end up getting the red and blue crossloaders from Taiki, now Mikey, and Kiriha. I don't know what the hell his American name is. Hope it's not something stupid. I'm gonna call him Kevin. I also hope that they end up making a yellow crossloader for you, as well as the dark loader that Nini used in the first season and then you in the second season. Pretty sure there's going to be a new card game coming out. There is every single time they make a new season. They didn't do one for Data Squad, though, but I know they did one for Cross Wars because, there's already cards available on eBay from the Japanese version. So, with all of this being said, if you did like Cross Wars, because I know for a fact that not too many people did, that's why it didn't do so well in Japan, but let me just explain this one thing to you. I know that the major issue not too many people were keen on Cross Wars is for this little reason. Because they changed the Digimon formula. They made it too much like Transformers, Voltron, Power Rangers, all that stuff by using the Digi Cross feature instead of making it like Basic Evolution. Even though they brought that back in Season 2 and 3 of Digimon Cross Wars, but it still involved the Digimon Crossing feature. Let me just explain something to you guys. Let's do a recap here, shall we, of some past Digimon seasons of Digimon that have fused before. Omnimon is a fusion-type Digimon of War Greymon and Mega Garurumon. Imperial Dramon is a fusion Digimon of XVmon and Stingmon. Galliantmon is a fusion Digimon of Takato and Gyomon. Susanooamon is a fusion Digimon of all 5 of the legendary warriors plus the rest of the spirits. All Cross Wars did was take the concept of fusing 2 Digimon and expanded upon that to make even more powerful Digimon. They would bring back the ability for them to Digivolve, yes, or evolution in the original Japanese. And you know what? I think that this concept is okay. I think it works. Personally, I don't have a problem with this. At first, when I first saw it, I thought the same thing that a lot of people did, and I didn't like it. I thought, okay, this concept is never going to work, and I don't think it's going to succeed. And in Japan, it really didn't, and I don't understand why, because after I watched more episodes and got more of a feel for Cross Wars, I thought, this isn't so bad. It's definitely not anywhere near as good as the past seasons, probably a little bit better than Data Squad or Savers or whatever you want to call it, but it's good enough. If that's your real opinion, by all means, that's okay. That's cool. I mean, if you don't like it, that's fine. I personally do. I think Cross Wars was a okay series. It's not in power of with the past seasons by any means. It's decent enough. I mean, it's a reboot. It's a fresh start from the series. It'll be amazing to see what the English cast does with the series. I'm hoping that with the English version of Digimon Fusion coming over to America and Europe, as well as Digimon Seasons 1 through 5 getting a complete redub, I'm hoping that more fans will see Digimon Cross Wars and enjoy it for what it is and introduce the new generation into what is Digimon and bring some new audiences into the franchise. Because Cross Wars isn't really that much known just for the fact that it doesn't have an English version, but now that we're getting one, it might actually have better sales. More people might actually enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure the kids will enjoy it themselves too, as I just said. With all that being assured, when the English version comes out, try and give it another watch and just see what you think. And you know, that is another thing I want to ask you. What do you guys think of this whole thing? Do you guys think Cross Wars over here is a good thing, or do you think them bringing Cross Wars over here is a bad thing? I want to hear your guys' opinions on this, because this is a huge deal right here. I mean, we're getting so many reboots and so many new releases on things. It's just insane. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Cross Wars is going to fail, or do you guys think that it's going to be good, or do you actually agree with them bringing it over here? So, leave a comment in the description, voice your opinion, let everyone else know what you think, and see if this is a good idea or not. For now, all we can really do is wait for more information to come up and more news from Saban and Toei, and wait for the actual release. So until that day comes, we can just keep on, you know, dreaming and hoping for it to come out, or being, you know, one of those people that just don't care for Cross Wars in general. But that's all I really have to say. That's my opinion on Cross Wars. I'm hoping, and I'm awaiting the release. It'll probably be that one thing that makes me watch TV again, and, you know, give me a huge nostalgia bomb. So with all that being said, this has been Mr. Vibnafanio113 of the Gaming Zone. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Take care, everyone.
Metal